thing that I find unusual, and it's, you know, it's not a criticism so much, but his targets are underdogs. And comedy traditionally has picked on people in power, people who abuse their power. Women and gays and immigrants are kind of, to my way of thinking, underdogs.
Years later, the late George Carlin's words ring true.
Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
With no finer example than Trumpism.
Well, I said it a long time ago, we're in a pre-fascist state. And I said, when fascism comes to America, it will not be wearing jack boots and brown shirts, and it will be wearing Nike sneakers, and it will have smiley face buttons on the Hard Rock.
And carrying a flag.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And a Bible.
Always that. But I've never been comfortable with, because I'm at heart a lefty.
Once again, these are points made eons ago, alas. Carlin shows the playbook to success, and Trump runs with it.
I think his core audience are young white males who are threatened by these groups. I think a lot of these guys aren't sure of their manhood, because that's a problem when you're going through adolescence. You know, could I be? I hope I'm not one of them. And the women who assert themselves and are competent are a threat to these men, and so are immigrants.
Lo and behold.
Well, America was certainly great when we valued the nuclear family and family values.
What would you rather have, 4 years of Donald Trump as a dictator or 4 more years of Joe Biden as president?
I think I'm choosing Donald Trump as a dictator for 4 more years.
You rather have 4 years of dictator Trump or 4 years of a Biden presidency?
4 years of a dictator Trump.
Yeah, I'm going dictator Trump for sure.
So that's why we as an audience then will laugh.
You say we, I don't think you're
but
I think you're
collective we.
I think that's what is at the core of that experience that takes place in these arenas. Is a certain, a sharing of anger and rage at these targets.
Anger and rage at certain demographics?
Much fun. I love it. I love it. We having a good time? USA, USA. Knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously.
Can be seen at a Trump rally near you.
You know, if I fell out of an airplane, I would land on the left side of that line. You know the difference I define the difference between right wing and left wing. People to the right of center. Well, let's start with the people to the left. People to the left of center, liberals, Democrats, populists, they're interested in people, human beings and human values. People to the right of the line, Republicans and rich people and right-wingers, they're interested in property. Property, not people.
These are big facts from George Carlin.
Anarchy, hatred, chaos, rioting and looting, destruction and arson, riots and lawlessness spread throughout our country. Rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and the wanton destruction of property.
The crime and those stores being broken into and the looting.
Take the 2020 summer protests. Trump and co. proved it, as they always do.
And they're soulless. They're without soul. They don't really care. They don't really care. These Christians don't do Jesus' work, which is to feed the poor and take care of the ones who can't help themselves. That's what their Jesus said. Feed those who have no way. To take ones who have nothing going for them. Help them in my name. Don't even want to know about it. Where's that tax return? I want my what do they call it? The rebate. It's goofy.
And here's the con artist they fall for.
I believe in God. I am Christian.
I'm a Protestant. I'm very proud of it. Presbyterian, to be exact. I'm Presbyterian. Boy, that's down the middle of the road, folks, in all fairness.
Are you an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal.
2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17. That's the whole ball game.
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole universe in their eyes if you look carefully. But as soon as they begin to group, as soon as they begin to clot, when there are 5 of them or 10, or even groups as small as 2,
They begin to change. They sacrifice the beauty of the individual for the sake of the group. I decided it was all under the control of groups now, whether it's business, religion, political people, or what, and I would distance myself from wishing for a good outcome. Let it do what it's going to do, and I'll enjoy it as an entertainment.
And I'll reflect on what it is on its own.
People like me from previous months, okay? Total control. Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing. You know what that is, right?
Are we going to someday elect a satirical president, a guy who really has no intention of having the audience, doing it as a sales tool for something else?
Well, we're working on it. Power does what it wants. Power does what it wants. And now they're just more naked about it. Now they just put it right out front and say, this is what we're doing to you folks. It's, this country's finished. It's been sliding downhill a long time. And everybody's got a cell phone that makes pancakes, so they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to make any trouble. The people have been bought off by gizmos and toys in this country, and no one questions things anymore.